All right. Shalom, shalom. Now, before I continue on with this lesson, of course, I would like to give our honor, glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua, Bahasham, Hakudash. Give a double honors to my apostles and elders of that millstone. And peace, love, and salutations towards you hopeful elect. That's by sincerely pushing the truth. Now, I'm the brother Zakaya, coming at you from the Genesis Capital in the church. And as you can see, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua, that the whole world inwardly called God Jesus Christ. For those who don't know, I'm back out with another lesson. Now, what inspired me to do these lessons, of course, as usual, once you get amongst brothers, man, a lot of spiritual topics, it kind of seems to get brought up into those holy conversations. All right, so one of the things that me and the brother, and shalom to that brother Kasaida, man, but me and him was having a spiritual conversation on just certain things that happen in life, man. You been in this truth, you walking your walk daily. Just always understand this, man. Anything that you go through that falls into your hand, no matter what day it is, just always remember it happened to Job, okay? And I believe, I could be wrong, Job name in the Hebrew is Ayawab. Man, let me look that up right quick. Ayawab, which means persecuted is he, I think. Job. Yeah, Ayawab. Okay.
Strong's H 347. Eov.
Now, we all know that's not how you say that. Esau be going off. Ayawab. I believe that's how you say it. And it says hated, but I think it also means persecuted. It says hated right here. Hold on, give me a sec. Strong's definition. Eowab, that's off. Salakia, man. Ayawab, it says hated. Okay, persecuted. There it is right there. Okay, persecuted. So his name means persecuted. So basically, as you can see, we're in Job 1. Hopefully, whoever tunes in within this lesson, that this chapter Job 1 is edifying to you, because we're about to read the story of Job. And just know within this truth, within your walk, again, you're going to have ups and downs. Even when things seems to be good, and also when things seems to, when you be brought into a lower state. Now I'm going to bring something out right quick. Just give me something right quick. Give me a second, I'm going to say. I'm going to bring something out just right quick. Give me a second. This Ecclesiastes 2 and verse 1. My soul, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Yeah, man, you got to prepare your soul for temptation. Prepare your soul for anything, really. Okay? Because this is the valley of shadow of death, and we do have an enemy. And he's going to and fro throughout the whole earth, seeking whom he may devour. Okay, you don't want to be devoured, man. You want to be strong in the Lord. It says, verse 2, set thy heart aright and consistently endure. Yeah, that word consistently, let's get that right quick. I don't want to be everywhere either. Consistent. Man, let me go back, man. Jake, man. Give me a sec. Don't know how to spell. Consistent. This is the word consistent. Steadfastness, excuse me. Self-possession, composure, steadfastness, permanence, permanence, firm standing, steadiness, firmness, unchangeableness, firmness of character. So yeah, man, keep your head up high in the Lord with humility. Keep your integrity, keep your dignity, all right? Because this walk of ours is about conduct and your mannerism as well. People tend to forget about that. You could know a thing or two about the scriptures, but if your mannerism isn't there, man, if you consistently acting like these people out here, are you really a changed man? Are you really born again? You get what I'm saying? So it says, set their heart aright. I'm going back to Ecclesiastes of the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 2, by the way. It says, set thy heart aright and consistently endure, and make not haste in a time of trouble. Yeah, don't be too quick to make certain decisions out here in this walk of ours. That's for me too. You know, been there, done it. Am I saying I'm the best person out here? Nah, okay? I still got a lot to learn too. But there has been situations that I found myself in. I probably was too hasty. You see what I'm saying? So basically just lean on the Lord, be patient. Use wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to the best of your ability. Because anything can happen out here. It says it may not haste in the time of trouble. Now here go the main point. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Yeah, man. Because at the end of the day, that's all what we want, man. That's all we want. We want to be increased. We want to be delivered from the hell and the destruction that's about to come. Through who? Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Okay? In the name of who? Yahushua, the only begotten Son. All right? And for those who don't know, Yahweh in the Paleo Hebrew mean he exists, okay? Or he is. And the only begotten Son in the Paleo Hebrew, his name is Yahushua. His name means deliverer or savior, because he's going to come back to save us. He's going to come back to save us in the times to come. That's why it's very, very important to cleave unto him and depart not away. That what? It says that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's according to the Heavenly Father's will to increase you. But you got to do your part. You got to endure temptation. You got to consistently endure. You got to cleave unto him. Never let him go. Even when you're changed to a lower state. Did I even read that part? I think I did. Hold on. No, I didn't. This is verse 4. This is the main part. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. Now, am I saying, okay, you took a major L, right? Now you tossing back shots and screaming hooray and shit like that? Nah, man. Take everything cheerfully. Just be thankful you still here. Be thankful that the Lord still gave you your daily benefits, your daily bread. Just do what you got to do. Okay? It says and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Yes, man. That lets you know you're not even in control of your own life. Okay, now there are certain things that you can do for your life to stay somewhat in order, or more in order than others. All right, but at the end of the day, no matter how in order you are, if the Lord put you to a lower state to basically chastise you or to build you up as a man, woman, or child, remember these scriptures, man. Remember these 4 verses, because it's happening to all of us. Matter of fact, verse 5. I wanted to stop at verse 4. Let's go to verse 5. It says, for gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. I love going into Sirach, the 2nd chapter, because it always gives me motivation, man. It's supposed to give you motivation, okay? When you're going through something, you're being tried, okay? Whether you messed up or not, just know you're being tried. But through Yahweh Shema Shai, you were able to endure. You're able to be consistent. You're able to be increased and to be a better man you was than yesterday, or whoever you are, okay? Now let's go back to Job. Let's start from the top, man. Job 1. Actually, let's switch. This is Job 1 and verse 1. And it reads, there was a man in the land of Uz. Okay, let's see what this land was. Let's get the land of Uz. Let's see. It means wounded. Oh, wooded. Excuse me. Hold on. The country of Job, probably east and southeast of Palestine, somewhere in the Arabian desert. It's like I'm just getting a little visual. Let me see something. And it's always good to go into geography, some type of ideal, or go into these maps, So I just typed in the land of Uz in the Bible just to get a visual on where Job was located. Let me see something. Let me go back to the blue letter. East and southeast. Let me go here. Okay. This look better right here. Just to give a little visual. And it says southeast of Palestine, somewhere in the Arabian desert. Okay, there go the desert right here. All right, cool. Let me go back. I just want to get a little visual so you guys can see on the screen with me. You know what I'm saying? So there was a man in the land of Uz. So we looked up a map of the land of Uz, okay, whose name was Job, which in the Paleo Hebrew, I believe is Ayuwab, which means persecuted, okay? Continue on. And that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared the Most High. So now you see the importance on fearing Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, because you will be notified, all right? The Lord will notice you. You really think Pookie and Ray Ray down the street from where you at right now is fearing Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua? You think Taquisha and Brianna is fearing the Lord right now? No. So that's why it's very, very important, man. The Lord, he spots righteousness. We're reading the story of Job. He spotted Job. Okay? It says, and eschew evil. And I think if you go into that word eschew, it means to escape from, remove oneself from, or some along those lines. Let's see. Okay, to turn aside, depart. All right, to be removed, to come to an end, to cause to turn aside, cause to depart, remove, take away, put away, depose. So yes, eschew evil, meaning to just leave evil alone. If you see evil down the block, you go the other direction. You see evil around you, you pray to the Lord and you flee that area, man. Okay? Because you get caught up out here, you will get caught up. It's like a trap. It's like a snare. That's also in the scriptures. So eschew evil like our forefather Job did. A great example. All right? There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, Ayuwab. And that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared the Most High. So the Lord noticed him, okay? And eschew evil. There was born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. So he had a total of 10 kids. All right? It says his substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels. That's a lot. That's a lot of cattle. I can't even imagine any of us owning this many cattle, man. It says his substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels and 500 yoke of oxen and 500 she asses and a very great household, so that this man was in the greatest of all the men of the east. So again, he was a perfect and upright man, okay? And Job eschewed evil to the point to where he was noticeable in the Lord's eyes. We're reading his story right now. It says, we just read he was the greatest of all men of the east. One that feared Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. We want to be in that same boat. We want to fear Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. Because when Yahweh come back, we want to be seen on doing good works, good things. Because when he come back, we're not going to meet him as a man. He's going to come back to destroy America, which is Babylon the Great, going to the Bible, for those who don't know. All right. Verse 4. And it reads, and his sons went and feasted in their houses. Okay. Every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. So it was like a regular day. It was like more like a routine. You know, you get the feast ready, you get dinner ready, lunch, whatever, okay? And they're like, hey, y'all come eat with us. Y'all come chill with us. Let's break some bread. All right, I just want to you got to use your imagination. All right, you know, his son's calling their sisters over there to eat with him and stuff like that. And now let's see what happened. And it was so. When the days of their feasting were going about, that Job sent and sacrificed them and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. Now I believe that there's a man, I wish I had this precept. There's a precept that goes well with this precept in verse 5 about sacrificing. But basically his household really wasn't sacrificing unto the Lord. They wasn't doing burnt offerings. Job was doing it. He was doing it every morning. Remember, he's a perfect and upright man. So basically Job was doing what he got to do. Where people knew about it or behind, you know, closed doors. We got to be in that same spirit, sending up the prayers every single day. Pray without ceasing, praying always. The 4 major prayers, anointing yourself, just like he was doing. Whether we ain't trying to say we ain't trying to be like, hey, you see me doing this? Nah, don't be in that spirit. Just do it because you love the Lord. Do it because that's the right thing to do. All right. We see Job getting down, man. It says, and it was so when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sacrificed them and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all, which it was 10 of them. Okay. It says, for Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned. Yeah. Cause you supposed to remember, there it is right there. There's still a precept that goes with this. But as I'm reading it, it's kind of connecting more and more memory. Lord willing, I can get that precept. But basically, you're supposed to be repenting every day, first off, because we're all sinners, all right? We was all in that Gentile state of mind, you know the moral of the story, Jesus Christ. Whether you did it or not, you was doing some other bullshit out here. But we're all sinners, man, so we got to do what we got to do daily for Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, okay? Continuing on to verse 5. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed the Most High in their hearts. Thus did Job continually. So, hey, it was something going on with Job's household. Obviously, that's why Job was doing what he was doing every morning. Sending up the burnt offerings, sending up the prayers. And he noticed that. Verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons, all right, the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord Yahweh. Sons of God. I'm saying that for a reason. Let's see who one of those sons were. Let's continue on and see who was one of those sons of God. Let's see. And Satan came also among them. So Satan was in order. All right. He's one of the sons of God. He's just doing his duty. His how can I put it? He was doing what he was created to do. There it is. Forgive me for my lack of terms or words. You know what I'm saying? But Satan was doing what he got to do. He was supposed to do. He was doing what he was supposed to do. He was called to do. It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Like, what you been up to? Like, what you been doing? Then it said, then Satan answered and said, Lord Yahweh, and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. You remember what I quoted earlier, right? That we have an enemy out here, and he's going to and fro throughout the whole earth, seeking whom he may devour. Just roughly paraphrasing it, man. We have an enemy, and he's working through Esau Edom hands on the physical aspect and spiritual, man. It ain't safe out here. We need the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. It ain't safe. Okay? Let's go on to verse 8. It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job? Okay? That there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that fears the Most High and eschew of evil. Like, hey, man, I know you went up and down the earth or whatnot, you know, doing your thing. But let me tell you something, man. There's a person in the land of Uz. I'm talking about he praying to me every morning. He's sacrificing to me offerings. Have you tried him? Cause I noticed you ain't been around those blocks yet. You ain't been around that individual. What's up with that? Let's continue on. You gotta use your imagination, man. I'm trying to put it into modern terms. It says, verse 9, then Satan answered the Lord Yahweh and said, doth Job fear the Most High for naught? Because you gotta understand, at the end of the day, these are left-handed and right-handed angels. Remember, you got the left-hand side and the right-hand side. The Lord controls everything. All right, it's not one of those mythological, you know, there was a group of angels who went against the Heavenly Father type of story. That's all BS. That's Christianity. That's all entertainment. That's like some movie shit. That's some shit they made up. Okay? Always keep this in your mind. The angels are in order, man. And we already know the Lord knows everything. Check Satan's response. Then Satan answered the Lord Yahweh and said, do of Job fear the Most High for naught? Okay. It says, let's go to the NLT in verse 9 right quick. It says, Satan replied to the Lord, yes, but Job has good reason to fear the Most High. So basically he's like, look, come on, Lord. Job fear you. Why would I trust somebody who already fear you? He ain't gonna go like, come on, you know? Verse 10, back to the regular side, the KJV. It says, has not thou made an hedge about him? Yeah, that goes back to that protection. All right. There's a reason why we say Lord willing, you know, Abaratazah. We say Lord willing, you know, the Lord is protecting us, and we believe that He is protecting us, having that hedge about us too. It said, has not thou made an hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side? Thou has blessed the work of his hands and his substance and increase in the land. So he's like, Lord, you know he fears you. You know, you created a hedge around him. You get what I'm saying? You bless everything that Job has. Basically, okay, what is it that you want me to do? And it's going to get into it. Verse 11. But put forth thy hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. So Lord, so basically saying it's like, look, if you take all that away, the hedge, the blessings, everything, he will curse you in your faith. In your face. I said faith. That's off. Okay? His face. I meant to say face, man. All right? Because remember, Job was sacrificing, doing burnt offerings every morning because his very own sons was cursing the Most High. We just read it up top. Where was it? Look, man, just go back and read it. You know what I'm saying? But it says it. That's why Job was doing what he was doing. So basically saying like, look, Job gonna do the same thing they doing. But watch this. Verse 12. It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, behold, all that he have is in thy power. All right, so you got it. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord Yahweh. Let's read that in NLT. Let's go over here on this side. It says, all right. All right. You gotta use imagination. All right. You may test him. The Lord said to Satan, Do whatever you want with everything he possesses, but don't harm him physically. So Satan left the Lord's presence. Just to get a better understanding. That's why I like having two different versions side by side. You know what I'm saying? It'll help y'all too if y'all did the same thing. Continuing on to verse 13, it says, and there was a day when the sons and the daughters were eating and drinking. See, a regular day. You know, they was doing it before, now they doing it again. And there was a day, all right, when his sons and his daughters were were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. So whoever the oldest brother was, they was all at his spot, his crib, getting down. You know what I'm saying? Think about how Jake get together today, you know, without drama, without the uncle, you know, dancing crazy and the auntie being loud all the goddamn time. It was just like, you know, hey, this is us, man. We're reading our story. Just like they got together back in the day, we get together now. It's just more wicked, man. That's why you don't get together with these people. They bugged out. But let's go back to the story. It says, and there came a messenger unto Job. So here it is. Everybody's feasting, doing what they do. Just like verses above, you know, the brothers will call the sisters, hey, y'all come over here and eat. Y'all eat with us. But at this day, they was at the oldest brother house throwing down, eating. Okay? But there came a messenger. Let's go back to verse 14. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabaeans, forgive me, man, I'm trying to pronounce this word. And the Sabaeans fell upon them. And I think these were another group of people. Hold on. Let's see who these people were. So, give me a sec. Hold on. A wall? I don't know how to really say that.
Strong's H 7614. Sheva.
Give me a second. Just give me 1 second. Yep, Strong's definition of foreign origin, Shabbat, the name of, that's not how you say it, by the way. I'm just reading it. But it says the name of 3 early progenitors of tribes and of an Ethiopian district, Sabaeans, I meant to say. So let's go back. And this is why these people gonna go into slavery. It's like everywhere we always went, you always had people fucking with us, one way or another. Excuse my language. I'm just saying that. Excuse me, but I'm telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Continuing on to verse 15, and the Sabaeans fell upon them. So they basically attacked Job's property. Let's reread it. Verse 14, and there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabaeans fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, man. It's always going back to that damn sword. It says, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. So he's like, yo, Job. Man, you ain't gonna believe this shit, man. Hey, the Sabaeans came. You know, these people came. They did this, that, and a third. They all dead. They all gone. I'm the only one left to tell you this, man. So verse 16, it says, while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of the Most High is falling from heaven. So here it is. One messenger came to Job. He's like, yo, man, they came and you know, they killed the servants. They didn't touch your donkeys, you know what I'm saying? Your oxen. in the midst of all this, here come another messenger behind him saying, hey, Job, man, I just seen fire of the Most High fall from heaven. Man, put yourself in Job's shoes. Bro, imagine somebody telling you that your whole family, which is it's about to say, but imagine, I'm just bringing it down the way to where, imagine people keep hitting you up like, yo, your house on fire, or yo, this, that, and the third happened. I'm talking about back-to-back bad news. That lets you know Job Ayuwab was a different man. He was a different breed. And this is a perfect example to be. Just be in the faith and the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Back-to-back problems. Let's get it. Let's see what was verse 16. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of the Most High is fallen from heaven, and have burnt up the sheep and the servants, and consumed them. And I only, did I read that right? Oh yeah. And I only am escaped, only to tell thee. Like, come on, man. Verse 17. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the Chaldeans, that's why they're going to be into slavery too. They always been messing with us. The Chaldeans, man. Okay? It said, the Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels and have carried them away. Yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped, only to tell thee. So Job was going through hell, man. Three messages already. Let me see. 1, 2. Is that 3? 3. It was 3 messages already telling Job, like, look, your substance is getting destroyed. Your family, your house, everything is getting destroyed. I was the only one that made it out that group. All 3 of them telling Job straight up. So imagine how Job felt. You see how Job, he didn't curse the Most High. Remember we just read, be not haste in a time of trouble. You remember that? So we gotta use that to the best of our ability. And I'm gonna just be honest. The Lord's gonna be with the elect regardless. But that's just a friendly reminder to me and whoever looking at the video. Be not haste in a time of trouble. Look at Job. He didn't buck up and just scream like Lord, why? Why? He didn't do none of that. Let's continue to read, man. It says, verse 18. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. Remember, we read the same thing verses up. All right. You think this message is going to be sweet? All good? No, let's see what's going to happen in verse 19. Let's get it. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Man, that'll break anybody's heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Look at our people today. Come on, Jake. You hear your whole family just gone. Everything that you own, gone. It can get you emotionally. It can get you, especially being in this flesh. But what did Job do? What did Job did or do? Okay. Verse 20. Oh, hold on. Let me go back. Switch the page by accident. Slack you about that. Verse 20. Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped and said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord Yahweh gave, and the Lord Yahweh hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushua, Bahasham Chakodash, man. And all this Job sent not, nor charged the Most High foolishly. Let's read that in the NLT just right quick. Let's go back up to verse 21. Then I'm gonna wrap it up. I didn't mean for this to be a long video, so like it. Verse 21. He said, I came naked from my mother's womb, and I will be naked when I leave. The Lord gave me what I had, and the Lord hath taken it away. Praise the name of the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushua. And all of this Job did, Job did not, Salakia, he did not sin by blaming the Most High. So we got to be in that same spirit. As tough as it might sound, as tough as it might be, because you know, us being in the flesh, sometimes we could be in our own little heads, you know what I'm saying? But always remember scriptures like this when you find yourself in the fire of just bad situation. Worship the Most High, worship Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushua. Matter of fact, send blessings. But just move on, man. Just move on. Because in all this, Job did not sin by blaming the Most High. He didn't blame him. Lord willing, I read chapter 2, man. That was a good one. Let me see. Yeah, Lord willing, we can read chapter 2. But yeah, whoever tuned in within this lesson, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto you. I'm going to give all honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushua, Bahasham Chakodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders, great millstone. In peace, love, and salutations towards you hopeful elect that's been sincerely pushing this truth. Until the next lesson, shalom.